Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio. Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio. Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Welcome to Let the Ball Bounce. This your host, Dre Bailey.
And this your man, Goose Thomas. What it is, folks?
Mr. Bill Blockham, Mr. Controversy himself is in the building, man. That's what we do, man. We give you guys the best.
I ain't heard that name in a long time.
Controversy.
Hey, look, man, we give you guys the best of Sports Talk Radio every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Also every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Coast time, man. We appreciate everybody who is chiming in to the Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio show here on the Gorilla Cross app. Download the app on your phone, man. Go to Play Store, download Gorilla Cross app, and you'll be able to listen to the LTBB boys, man, deliver some of the best sports talk radio show in the land. I know a lot of you probably heard of sports talk radio before. I know a lot of you right now are still listening to sports talk radio. And right now, I need you to call up and tell us one show that has the personality that this Let the Ball Bounce show has right now.
None of them.
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 Let the ball bounce at gmail.com. If you want to be a sponsor of the show, you want to get your business out there, please reach out to us so we can make sure that we make that happen. Let the ball bounce on Facebook, where we got the hottest sports talk page on Facebook, man. Period, man. We're getting members every day, man, and we're getting a lot of controversial topics every day also. Let the ball bounce on Twitter. And that's with one T, man. Come on, man. Follow us on Twitter, man. Let us know your opinion of the show. And it's also Let the Ball Bounce on IG, man.
Sure.
Got the pictures on there popping of some of the past guests of the show. And we're going to start throwing more pictures and more lives and more things like that on IG for you guys to actually share and follow. So please share the actual live broadcast right now if you are listening on the actual Facebook. And right now, also, if you're not listening on Facebook and you're listening on the Gorilla Cross app, please text someone or send them the actual link where they could actually listen to themselves. So, man, once again, we appreciate everybody who chimes in to Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk every week. All of our faithful followers, all of our loved ones, man, all of our family and friends, man, and people who don't know us and haven't met us personally, but we feel like family to you, man. So please share the actual live feed. Please share it right now. We're gonna give you a second to share. If you notice with my head down sometime in the show, that's all I'm doing is sharing, man. So sharing is caring, man, and we appreciate you guys, man, and we got a lot to talk to you guys about. I thought that I wasn't going to be able to make it into the show today because the hair on my head is so heavy. And so I felt like it was making my legs weak to the point where I could not actually physically make it to the show because I've been walking around heavy-headed all day.
He's serious, too. When he came in, I had to pull the recliner up to the door.
Yeah, literally.
And let him sit in it and push him over to his chair.
Literally. So, look, man, let us know how you feel. Let us know if you've been walking around a little bit heavy today. And if maybe your feet hadn't quite been under you all day today. I mean, you know, things happen. I've seen worse things happen. And as I bring that up, man, we've had a really, I thought was a really hyped fight this past weekend with Fury and Wilder.
Yeah.
My pick was Wilder to knock him out. That's who I picked. And I would like to say, as a true story, that I was in San Francisco this weekend, so I missed you guys, man. I missed the show on Saturday, but I was here with you guys in spirit, man. And I actually watched the fight at the San Francisco Athletic Club bar with the one and only Tim Hardaway.
Wow,
Senior.
Wow.
So it
Mr.
was
Killer Crossover himself.
literally. He's sitting there with a buddy of his. And they were actually watching the Dallas Atlanta game Saturday, and he was actually watching Tim Hardaway Jr. He was watching his son play. And we were there for the fight. We got there super early, had us a nice little section, but he was at the table right in front of our section. And as the day was going on, we were taking a couple of trips, back and forth outside to, get our mind right.
Yeah.
And so was he.
Of course. Yeah.
So that's what sparked the conversation.
Yeah.
And so
As you should.
Yeah, a conversation is soon at that time, and we went inside, man, and watched the fight together. So big ups to Mr. Tim Hardaway, living legend out in them San Francisco streets out there, man, still being active and still being a down-to-earth person that he was, man. Thanks for all the love that you showed us, man, while we was there chilling. And thanks for just, being able to have the personality to reach out and talk and hang with people that you've never met before.
Regular people.
Regular people, man.
Being regular people.
So he lives
Chilling
in
with regular
he lives in the Bay Area.
I didn't ask him if he lives there, but I'm assuming just a regular Joe Schmo Saturday, nothing really going on, but that big concert I went to. But I'm assuming that he still has a spot out in the Bay Area, man. So big ups to Mr. Tim Hardaway. But the fight was about to happen. And so me and buddies of mine, we all just took bets on, I had a $20 bet that Wilder would win and that he would win in a knockout. And then the guy that I bet, he had a $20 bet that Fury would win, but he would win in a knockout. I ended up losing because it ended up being technically a TKO. So I ended up
knockout.
losing my money. But we all took, bets before the fight. And let me tell you, man, we're about to get everybody's opinion right now on how you thought the fight started, how you thought the fight ended. And let me go ahead and go ahead and spit my truth out right now since I have the mic.
Sure.
I thought the fight started really good. Me personally, and I know this could go any way. I know a lot of people at the bar had Fury winning that first round, but I had Tyson winning just because he had that overhand right that connected, and even though Fury connected on a couple, I just gave the round to Wilder by like maybe a point, maybe, and that was the only round that Wilder won in my eyes. He lost the fight every round after that. And I honestly think that this weekend, the fight should have been stopped in the middle of the fourth round. He got hurt in the third, and I thought every round that he came out after the third was obviously wobbly. The man didn't have his feet under him. He was not himself. And I thought if the fight wasn't stopped after the third, it should have been stopped halfway through the fourth, and it should not have went any further. That's just me.
Yeah. Mr. Logan.
I mean, when a person gets their eardrum busted, it's kind of hard to gain that equilibrium back.
I picked him to win too. I picked Wilder to win. I said 8-round knockout. I didn't see him winning not one round. Not one round. He looked unstable on his feet. He looked. He was bagging up. He was on the retreat from round one. So, to me, I'm gonna take a page out of Teddy Atlas's book.
Okay.
Teddy Atlas said he can punch, but he can't fight. I mean, and that sums it up. That sums that up. He can't. He's not a technician. He's not a sweet science, connoisseur. He has no other way of winning a fight other than if he catches you and knocks you out.
Well, a lot of people thought that of Mike Tyson early in his career because he was such a bomber. Like, he would come out and the fight would be over in the first 30 seconds. And then I just remember during that time, watching a lot of Mike Tyson fights, a lot of people saying, but he's not a boxer though. He can't box you.
But you know what?
They lied.
Tyson
could box.
Tyson was a technician as far as head movement
Yes.
and ring generalship,
Yes. Foot placement,
yes.
everything.
footwork,
Just-
and so
Yeah.
him and Wilder, they don't even compare.
Mm.
They both have knockout power.
Yeah.
But Tyson had so much skill more than he did.
And
More than he does.
it's been shown because
Yeah.
in fights that Mike Tyson fought, if it didn't go past the first or second round, he would had to resort to really leaning on his boxing skills and knowing how to work on the actual square, and knowing how to actually, bob and move. He just showed boxing things, and I don't really see that with Wilder.
Kevin Rooney had that dude as a technician.
Mm.
If you watch some of the early Tyson stuff,
Yeah,
man,
he was a technician for sure.
yeah, he was a knockout artist,
Mm.
but he got in your face, he got square, and he did head movements, and he went from body to head.
He knew how to throw every.
Yes.
He knew how to throw every punch.
Yes, and so
Wilder
he wasn't a
does
big
not.
jabber, but he had head movement, and he came with something body. He'd hit you everywhere that would bother you because he had the power, and then he'd go to the head.
And that hook leaned
Yes.
like a little past six.
Yes.
Every time.
Yeah.
bro.
Yes.
And Wilder, I mean, don't get me wrong. Wilder to me is, is what I would call an alley fighter.
Mm-hmm.
You meet him in the alley, and it may be a problem. But as far as the sweet science goes, I think he needs to, and I don't know if it's too late, put a little bit more.
Because he's 34, right?
Yeah,
34.
just put a little bit more effort into the craft of boxing, because not every fight is going to be a knockout or a knockdown. You may actually have to score points and do
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
At that age, do you guys think he can
turn it around.
learn many new things at
If
that age?
if he
as a
does,
boxer?
it'll be too late.
It's too late. It is too late. It's too late, man.
Yeah.
This just goes back to what I've been saying for the better part of 2 calendar years now
About him.
about him.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's a brawler. Like he has one punch, and if it connects in the right spot, you won't get up. But when you're faced with someone that studies the sport and takes it in and listens to the people that he has behind him, and incorporates head movement, incorporates punch placement, you're in for a long night. And that's what we saw on Saturday. We saw a dude in Tyson Fury, and I knew it was over, and I didn't even know this at the time.
Yeah.
But when he walked in with Sugar Hill, I said, it's a wrap. Kronk Gym, they preach going forward.
Mm-hmm.
They preach that. They don't preach fighting off your back foot. They don't preach that. They preach go forward, cut ring off.
Yeah.
That's what they teach at Kronk Gym. And when I saw that, I said, "Oh man, this man done walked in with Sugar Hill, man. It's over. Deontay Wilder has no shot."
Yeah.
And just Dre alluded to him connecting a few punches in the first round, and I think it was 3 punches that he connected with, that I counted, that he connected with. I was like, dang man, that would have knocked anybody else out.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to really go back and look. Tyson Fury went with those punches. So while Wilder usually knocks people out on short right hands, he had to go further because Tyson Fury is a pretty good defensive fighter.
Yeah.
So he's going with those punches, and while it sounded like it was punishment, it really wasn't, because the distance that he had to go to connect the punch took steam off of it. So those three monster punches that we all heard, through our speakers on the television sounded away, but they really weren't away. And
he has no arsenal of punches.
like none, bro. Like
other than the right hand.
No combo.
And it really upsets me that a dude that has been champion as long as he has. I think he's had the WBC belt for 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, just ramrodded everybody, ran through everybody. But I told folks when he fought Bermane Stiverne the first time he fought him, I said Bermane Stiverne ain't that dude, man. He's just not. Then he came back, fought him again, and people, he beat Bermane Stiverne. So what? It's gonna come a time where you're gonna face a boxer, somebody that can box, and you're gonna get dealt with. He got dealt with in the first fight.
Exposed is a good word.
He had the 2 knockdowns, so it ended up being a draw. That just go to show you how the judges felt and how all of us watching at home, we felt the same way about that. If one of those knockdowns don't happen, Tyson Fury walks away a winner.
But does he care if he's won? If he was 42-0, why would he care how he's won those fights?
No, it's not necessarily about caring how you won up until that point.
Yeah.
But when you're faced with a dude like that, it has to make you think. It gets in your psyche. It has to. You can't resort to the same old things anymore.
And is that partly his trainer's fault for not putting that in his head? Because I feel like he went in thinking he could just do the same old fighting he's always done.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say that's the reason why he fired his trainer, but I mean, it could be. It could have some reasoning. I mean, he
because
threw in the towel.
last fight gave all of us a kind of inclination of, you know what? If Tyson Fury doesn't get knocked down or knocked down twice,
and was in a little bit better shape,
he could have won that fight.
King Kong should have beat him. King Kong had him beat in the 11th.
Yeah,
he just wasn't in shape. He couldn't hold on. Had King Kong been in a little bit better shape, he would have beat Deontay Wilder. He had him rocked in the 11th round, guys.
It seems like he should have learned something from that last fight, because a lot of people say, dude, you was losing that fight.
Yes, he was. No question, he was.
And just look at the decision. You could have lost that fight, bro.
And my argument is, do you guys think he's known he's been losing a lot of fights, but he knows that right hand has won him all those fights too. So did he go into this the same way, thinking like, I don't care if I lose 7 rounds because it takes one hit to knock somebody out?
Yeah, I don't.
Is that his mindset?
I don't think that his mindset was that. I think that he knew that he had to be a different fighter against Fury because of the first time that they fought, and he did hit him hard with the right hand. Fury should have been asleep, but he ended up getting up. Let's just be honest.
Oh, no doubt.
So I think that
Undertakered his way back.
Yeah, I think that kind of made him look like, yikes.
Yeah.
With this guy in a little bit more shape, I'm not going to tell him no to another fight, but I do have to kind of change my approach. And I think once the fight started, he felt that Fury was giving him enough to land another right hand, because he ended up landing it 2 or 3 times in the
like
first
3 times
in the first round. And so I think then is when his psyche said, you know what?
I'll go back to my
I'm
old
gonna
ways.
go back to my old ways.
Yeah.
So I don't think he went into it that way. And I would hope that any boxer doesn't go into their next match thinking that they're gonna just go and do what they've been doing without having to study your opponent and put the actual work in.
And a lot of people are asking about the hit in the 3rd round. What do you guys think about, was that a legal hit?
I look at it like this. In boxing, sometimes
things happen.
Body parts move.
Sometimes things happen.
Right?
Because that was the winning hit.
Yes.
By far. I mean, that's when it.
Yeah, when you look at it, that's when everything changed. But I mean, I watched the replay several times, and while it looks like he may have landed the punch I think that landed square on his ear. I think what happened was when he landed it, the glove kind of skipped to the back of his head. I think that's what I saw in the replay. I'll go back and watch it again, but I think that's what I saw. I saw the glove hit the side of his face, right on the ear, and then skip back to the back of his head,
And
which
you could
made
clearly
it look
see
like
Wilder look right up
Yeah,
at,
absolutely.
at Kenny Bayless
He did.
and ask him,
He did.
what was that?
Right.
You know,
He did.
so
Yeah. So
One thing we do know is that if they both exercise their third fight clause,
right.
Wilder's got to change.
Like
If he don't change, he's gonna get beat again.
I don't see it, Bill. Like I just don't see it.
I mean-
Boxing is such a technical sport, man, and such a sport that you have to study this. These are things that you have to constantly work on day in and day out inside of the gym. And it's clear that either his trainers didn't implement it, like you mentioned earlier, like you mentioned, or he's not saying to himself, "Yo, I need a jab."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like as a fighter, as a pro fighter, you know you better than anybody.
Like Quan said, though, I don't think he's won all those fights, and it's like I've been winning it this way,
the psyche,
and
yeah.
I don't need to change anything.
Well, I know that the excuses need to stop. I know that I've
He
been.
came in there with that Ultraman.
Man,
Well-
look,
Y'all remember Ultraman?
Yeah.
He came in there with the Ultraman get up on, man. Yeah, that's about 50 pounds.
Well, I just know that
Man.
as heavy as my hair is, and we do the show twice a week,
man,
that once the mic hits my mouth, you can't tell that my legs are weak, my neck is sore. Like, I don't have any excuses, basically. And so with his excuses now, or with the excuses that are circulating over the sports world right now, is that his Transformer outfit, his Ultraman outfit, his Mask Daddy was too heavy for his legs. His intro was 10 minutes, the walk from the locker room to the actual ring with all of that weight. And this is my thing, man. And even with Fury, I think it's too much of the circus going on right before the actual fight. Like, I don't need to see a 45-minute drawn-out entrance to an arena. I just want to see him fight.
Yeah.
What happened to the old school, come down, sweating, shadow boxing with your bodyguards around you, leaning into the ring? And,
I'm talking about hurry up in the ring.
Yeah, and
I'm trying to get there.
and handle business.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like Tyson used to do.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody alluded to Mike Tyson, how he just used to cut a hole in the
That's it.
towel,
That's
Yeah.
it.
throw it over him, and let's keep it
Let's
moving.
go.
Yeah.
An old white beach towel,
Yeah.
cut a hole in it, wear it like a poncho,
Yeah.
and we going to the ring.
And he's already sweating.
Yeah, already.
Right.
Already.
So now if I'm buying tickets to a fight, I have to buy a concert ticket also
Yeah.
because I have to watch
Hey, yeah, Tink, tell him
Different-
don't skip
Who
leg
was the
day, bros.
rapper that was rapping?
I have no clue.
he
Yeah.
from Inglewood, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's from
I
Inglewood.
wouldn't be able to
Okay.
tell you.
I've heard of him before.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just like I've heard of Pop Smoke.
that's what I was gonna ask. I hope you don't, hope it,
But
Quan,
yeah,
you knew that dude? I know you.
yeah, we don't.
Pop Smoke? Or
No.
the
The dude
The dude
neither
that was
of them.
yeah.
Neither of them.
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, it's just a little tough, man. Hey, don't skip leg day, man. Stop skipping leg day.
and I don't
Stop
want.
skipping
I'm not gonna give him a pass, bro.
Oh,
Oh no,
I can't.
nobody is giving him a
You
pass.
went out there and you let Tommy Hearns give you a pizza face. You got hands put on you, bros.
Yeah.
Accept the fact that whether it was training, whether it was lack of
Complacency.
complacency, whether it was
Yeah.
lack of focus, because it was hard for me to focus you walking into the ring or walking into the arena because that 15 piece that was on the side of you took all of my attention. That's for sure. I mean, you had the entire universe trying to find her IG before the fight started.
True story. She probably gained easily 1 million more followers after that.
Yeah.
No question.
So whether your focus was Miss Robin Givens or not, bros, the excuses have to stop. You went in and you got whooped.
Thoroughly.
Bad.
You were thoroughly
Got
beaten.
whooped.
You had cauliflower ear and everything.
You were thoroughly beaten.
And so I can say this with experience. I've had a real bad earache before. I'm going to be honest with you. A real bad one. And it wasn't, my eardrum wasn't busted. But when I went to the doctor, they told me that, you know, whatever headphones or whatever I'm using, like it's too loud. Like my eardrum is bruised. Right? But I'm going to be honest with you. When I had a real bad earache, my equilibrium was kind of off, bros. Like that was like the center of me walking straight.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, your ear, you can walk funny from your ear. This was years ago.
Yeah. That medulla oblongata.
When I saw him come out of the third round into the fourth round, and if you go back to the tape, they did a close-up on his ear, and blood was coming out of his ear before they even said fight in the fourth round. And I said, that's not a good look right now.
No.
Then I started looking at his legs, and I was like, hold on, man.
Yeah.
They should stop this fight, dude.
Hey, man.
So I can't give him no pass and excuses. I do give
He
him.
said he wanted to go out on his shield.
And this is one thing that I can say, and one thing that I will give him is no, regardless what his corner was telling him, regardless what his ear was showing him as far as his equilibrium being off, he was not going to just give up.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't see a give up in Wilder. He was like, you're either gonna have to knock me out or they're gonna have to stop the fight, and that's what happened. So if he said that he went out on his own merit, I believe that.
Oh, he didn't want the towel thrown in. He was upset about that.
Man, the towel should have been thrown in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It got thrown in. Excuse me. It got thrown in the seventh. It probably should have been thrown in like the fifth.
I say the fourth.
Yikes. I know you alluded to that, but I mean, you as a fighter, as a warrior, you know, like you said, you know, you want to go out on your shield, but in 2019 alone, we had 6 fighters die.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like from fights that should have been stopped earlier.
Yeah.
And there's one trainer that I credit with saving a few lives, and that's Buddy McGirt. Buddy McGirt saved so many lives. One in particular, he saved Arturo Gatti the night he fought Floyd Mayweather. If you go back and watch that fight between him and Floyd Mayweather in New Jersey at the Boardwalk, Floyd Mayweather did whatever he wanted to do each and every round of that fight. Both eyes on Arturo Gatti were closed shut. They were shut. Buddy McGirt saved Arturo Gatti's life that night.
Yeah.
This is life or death. But it ain't life or death, man. I'm not finna lose you, and you ain't stopping no punches, bro.
And this is not a street fight, Wilder. This is not a street fight where you say, you know what, I'm gonna go out on my own merit, and he's just gonna have to knock me out, and maybe I wake up, maybe I don't. On the street, there's no such thing as you getting into a fight and then calling a timeout and say, hold on, man, you hurt me enough, I'm done.
Right.
Like it just never ends that way.
Sure.
Right? Buddy McGirt, like you said, right? But obviously, Buddy McGirt wasn't the ref with the Diego Corrales fights, because boy, them was some fights that they could not stop hitting each other in the head.
Yeah, Diego never.
That's my guy.
Yeah, man. When he fought Floyd, that he got knocked down 6 times in that fight. When he fought Floyd.
Yeah, but what about when
finally Diego's dad was like, we through, man.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not finna watch you get knocked down no more.
What about when Diego fought what's the one he had the battles with? You know, like two or three fights with
was Diego?
The other Hispanic guy, but you know, those fights, you know, went all the way to the end, man, and they were just continuing to beat each other up. Yes,
was it Luis Castillo?
It may have been.
I have to look it up.
It might have been.
Yep.
But yeah, man, sometimes you have to listen. You can't be mad at your corner for saving your life, bro.
Yeah, it's no way.
No.
Can't. It's impossible.
No.
Can't do it.
That's their job too.
I mean, and
If
then
you look at it, that's their job,
their job.
too.
yeah, that's part. That's
Yeah,
part of their
man.
job. And at the
Yeah.
end of the day, man, Goose is not. Bill Logan is not going to give you an excuse on why your equipment was so heavy and maybe your legs were weak. We're not giving you that excuse. Fess up and say that maybe you weren't prepared as you should have been.
That's all I want to hear.
Take that $25 million purse
Or he
that
was
you
the
got.
better man.
That's it. That's all I want
Take
to hear.
that
was the better
$25
man.
million purse, go cash it,
And
and
get on out the way.
lay down a little
And get
bit.
on out the way.
Yeah.
That's all I want to hear, bro.
It's nothing wrong with saying he was the better man.
Hey, man, I got beat tonight.
Yeah.
That happened. Not, oh, man, my costume was too heavy. But then you try it on the night before? Did you measure out how long it would take you to walk to the ring from the dressing room?
Bro, let me tell
And like, you didn't gauge that?
Let me tell you when he knew he was going to wear that outfit. It's when it
Right
cost
on.
him $40,000 just to make. There's no turning back, bro.
There's no turning back when you
I'm just saying.
No,
True.
no
Real
turning back.
talk. Real talk.
No turning back.
I'm just of the mindset, bro. You got thoroughly outclassed, bro. Like you got outclassed. There's no like.
And then you looked trashy.
yes,
During-
very
Yeah.
extremely.
Falling and grabbing his leg. I'm
bro,
like, what
this
is going on with this dude?
You look
man?
like a drunk white chick right now.
Oh,
he
my
could. He
God.
couldn't
You really
handle it.
look like a drunk white chick right
Yeah.
now that don't wear no shoes coming out the club. That's how
Yikes.
you look.
Yikes. It's not a good look.
Dirty foot, man.
Dirty equilibrium head.
Dirty foot.
But you got to give all the credit to Fury too for saying what he was going to do,
Yeah.
doing exactly that,
Absolutely.
gaining a lot of weight so he could just lay on him most of the fight, wear him down. He wore him down quick, and it was a great fight by Fury.
It was
Can't take
an
that away. He knew exactly
excellent
what he had to
fight
do.
by
And
Tyson
he was
Fury.
moving forward the whole
the
fight.
entire time. It was a technically fought bout by Tyson Fury, and oh yeah, he punished him too.
Yeah.
He did. But you know what I wanted to see from Tyson Fury? I actually was saying after that third round, it should be easy for Tyson Fury to basically knock him out, like knock him out cold.
Yep.
He could not do that for another 3 rounds.
He was trying to measure him out, like, and of course when Kenny Bayless finally stopped the fight is when Tyson Fury threw that faint jab and came right down Broadway with that straight right hand. Kenny Bayless was like, "That's enough."
Well, that's when
But
they threw in the
came.
towel.
That's
so.
when the towel came. But I think,
Kenny was right there.
Yeah, he was right
He was
there.
about to stop it.
yeah,
anyway.
I think he was too.
But he
was
saw
about
the
to stop
tally. He's
fight.
like, okay,
Yep.
cool, done.
Yeah. So
And we don't care who decision it was to throw in the towel. They saved your life, bros, and you actually should be if you haven't paid your trainers yet, they should actually get a bonus.
Yeah,
He would have
for real.
taken 2 more hits, and Kenny would have stopped it anyways.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
he's a very smart ref. He's not
Yes.
going to let anyone get harmed on his watch.
Yeah. And sometimes we go at Kenny Bayless for being too involved. Like I know the fights that I've seen in ref. I'm like, dang, Kenny, man, you just too involved, bro. Let these dudes fight. But in this case, hats off to Kenny Bayless, man.
And I
he
think
was right there,
and
bro.
I think Kenny Bayless gave Wilder a little bit of love
he
too.
gave him. He tried to save him.
by stopping in the middle of that
Yes, he
round
absolutely
and
did.
talking to Fury. He was trying to get you to collect
when he
yourself.
took the point away from Fury, for
Yeah.
what reason I have no
I
idea
don't
why he
even
took
know.
the point away. But
I
he
don't
took it
even
away
know.
anyway.
Yeah.
And he tried to save Deontay Wilder, and he still couldn't. He couldn't. It was an onslaught. That was an onslaught, bro. Like I can't remember the last time I just seen like physical dominance like that from like champion on champion.
Yeah.
Where the other champion just physically dominated the other guy. I
Yeah.
can't. I mean, I can probably think of it, just not right now. But
Alexis Arguello
oh,
was outclassed
Yeah.
by he passed away a couple years ago. Not Mildred Taylor, but
what weight class was Arguello in?
I think it was welterweight.
It wasn't. What's the name? Didn't fight him, did he?
It was.
Sweet Pea didn't fight him.
Not
did he?
Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea didn't fight
Not Sweet
Alexis,
Pea.
did he?
No.
Did they ever lock up?
I don't think so. But Alexis Arguello was at the top.
Sure.
And when oh man, remember the trainer had some kind of mix. He said, "Give me the water mix."
Mm.
And he gave it to him, and he had so much energy. He went out there and just put it on Alexis Arguello.
Mm.
I can't think his name.
It'll come to you.
Yeah.
Let the ball bounce. Sports Talk Radio, man.
Let me Google.
We appreciate everybody chiming into this
Let me
Tuesday
Google.
show, man. 6
Yeah,
p.m. man. Everybody who's given all of their input and everything. Aaron Pryor.
Yeah, man.
Aaron Pryor.
Pryor.
Thanks.
Aaron Pryor.
Aaron Pryor.
Thanks for that, man.
There
Aaron
you go.
Pryor. That was two
Yes.
champions on champions.
Yes.
And Aaron Pryor
Aaron
just
Pryor.
dominated
Yeah.
that whole fight.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Yeah, man. So let's start with the excuses, man. You know, you got folks on the internet, man, and the internet just gives people so much leeway, man, just to say dumb stuff. Like, stop saying dumb stuff. Like, the internet is not the place where you can just, like, where you just have been given free reign to be weird.
You sure? Because there's a
Stop.
lot of weird people on the
It
internet.
is. It is. It shouldn't be, I should say.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be the place.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a race thing.
No, it's not.
People are trying to make this about race. No, fool. It's about boxing.
He got beat, man.
He did so much for the culture. Man, this ain't about the culture, man. This is about the sweet science.
Pretty
What did he
much.
do in the ring on Saturday night?
Get whooped.
Trashed. He is trash can juice on Saturday night, sir,
Yes, he was.
ma'am.
Let the ball bounce. Sports Talk
And
Radio.
I love his rant when he went on to the interviewer a couple fights ago. I love his rant.
Yeah.
He should have your people's too.
Yeah, we get that.
Yeah.
That's classic.
But he got whooped.
Shout out Shorty 2K, man, a boxing
Yeah.
aficionado,
Yeah.
man, my guy. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed, man.
But you got whooped.
Yeah. Your guy, Dre Bailey.
Man, Goose Thomas.
Bill Blockham Logan, man. Caller. What's your name? What's your question?
I just want to say that suit is heavy to this day. To this day, that suit is heavy.
Yes.
What
Yes.
up, man? This is David. How you guys doing?
Hey,
Dave, what's
Dave.
good with you,
Going
bro?
on.
Please let these dudes know how cool it was to watch that fight with Tim Hardaway, man.
Man, that's wild.
Oh
right there,
man,
bro.
yeah,
That's wild.
yeah. It was cool, man. He's a real down to earth guy. It was
That's what's
cool,
up.
man.
Seems like it.
Yeah, he's real cool. Man, that fight was it was a good fight, but it was definitely a lopsided, one-sided fight. I think when Wilder fought him the first time, I think it was his second or first fight back after a long stint.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he's got his legs and he's back in the form, he obviously put a clinic on. And the difference between Wilder and Fury comes from a family of boxers.
Mm-hmm.
So he's all about boxing. Wilder picked up boxing, I think, in the early 2000s
Yeah, he was like
as a way
20.
to support his family.
Yeah, he
Right.
was like 20 years
Yeah.
old.
So now we've seen in both fights that neither one of them can knock each other out. So I think from moving forward, like, Fury is the better boxer. And I just think Fury's going to win because they can't knock each other out.
Right.
Unless he develops he gets better trainers and he's willing to listen and do what they say, he may be able to win the fight, but I don't think he'd come back and win this fight. I think he might need to step away, take 2 or 3 fights, fighting as the way he's coached to fight, and then he could step back in because he's going to get outboxed. That's
Yeah.
just plain and simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time. Every
Yeah.
time.
Great,
Yeah.
great output, man. Dave, man, I
Good look right
appreciate
there,
you,
brother.
man, for a great weekend as usual, bros.
Yes, indeed.
Dave.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, man. I forgot the beanie at your room. The
I
let the
know.
ball bear
I'm a-
beanie. I was like, oh.
I'm gonna send it to you because I got some stuff to send you anyway. So.
Oh yeah, for sure,
yeah,
sure.
I'm gonna send
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna send it to you, G. Yeah, man. I
Well, you
appreciate.
guys keep putting out a good product, man. I'm gonna keep listening.
That's what's
Yes,
up, man.
indeed,
man.
I'll
Brother.
see you
Appreciate
soon,
you,
brother. Yeah,
Oh,
Dave
love, bro.
All
always.
right, take care.
He always lays out the red
All
red carpet when we go to the Bay Area, man. So I appreciate you for that, G. But yeah, man, maybe Wilder do need to get a couple of more fights under his belt, under a new trainer, and actually going in with a different type of game plan before you actually step back in the ring with Fury. I don't know. We'll see. Will he be able to humble himself to do that? that remains to be seen too. But we're done with the excuses. We're done with that big ass outfit that he wore. I just, stop paying so much detail or close detail to the pre-fight and worry about the fight.
And then you go out there and put a product out. Product.
Well, big ups to the 15 seamstress it took to make his outfit.
I mean, if you coming in the ring with Ultraman, man, come on, man.
Can't do that, bro.
I mean, the outfit was dope.
We're expecting you to act like Ultraman.
Yeah, the outfit was dope. I mean, Fury came into a nice love song.
Yeah.
I was like, yikes.
Patsy Cline.
Yeah. Yeah. Loud.
Crazy. Man. I was bored.
My man Fury got carried
like,
in on by the chicks though.
Yeah.
Used the old Floyd entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
Good fight this weekend,
Great
man.
fight, Excellent stuff.
And we're looking towards greater fights in the future, man. So if this didn't bring you back to boxing, I don't know what will.
Especially the heavyweight division.
Yes, man. So your guy, Dre Bailey,
Man, Goose Thomas.
Bill Blockham Logan in the building, man. Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio Show. Just got done talking about the Wilder Fury fight. And to come back to Vegas like I did last night, and it seemed a little sad. Kobe Bryant's memorial service was yesterday. In LA at the Staples Center, I believe, right?
Yep.
Any and everybody was there. Can we still confirm if LeBron James was there or no?
They said,
because that seems to be like a hot topic if LeBron James was there or not.
And I don't see why.
I think he was there.
He was there. He just wasn't camera present. You got to understand, man.
Why is that such a big deal?
Because it's LeBron James.
Because every other star was there.
Yeah, right.
Superstar was there.
But LeBron James had
because Kobe was a blood sacrifice.
Yeah, that.
And LeBron was involved with the Illuminati.
Ridiculous. Just ridiculous, man. Rich Paul, they interviewed Rich Paul. They said he was, quote, in his own space.
Leave it at that.
Leave it at that, man. Let it go, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you
got people literally mad, bro.
Like, he was there when they buried him, right? Was he at the service when they actually buried Kobe and Gigi? Well, let's just say that he was. Let's say that he was. And let's just say that
even if he wasn't.
Even if he wasn't. Why does it matter to you? So what? Bro? He obviously has gotten the blessing from Vanessa and the children. Like, LeBron,
it's almost like they mad like he's the reason that Kobe's not here no more.
It's so dumb.
And LeBron had to speak a couple days after
for
the first Laker game ever. That was
he
a lot. That was more than anybody could have
at that time. Like, nobody, you can't get up. Like, this is one of your mentors, bro.
Yeah.
You can't get, like, you eulogizing your mentor right now? How can you even do that? I was surprised that Vanessa was even there.
When Anthony Davis woke him up on the plane, he said, quit playing with me.
Quit playing
with me.
Stop.
He said, I literally just texted.
That's correct. Come on,
like, could you imagine that? That's like you guys texting each other, and then something happens to one of you guys.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I was just talking to him.
That's crazy, bro.
I didn't make it to the store to the show.
To the show.
So my thing is, he obviously cared and loved Kobe. So if he wasn't at the memorial, which I think he was there, I think the dude in the hoodie was him. He was just incognito. That's all it should be.
He might have been in the locker room. It was at Staples Center.
Could have been.
Yeah. Could have been watching it from the
bro?
again.
He could have been at home.
Yeah.
Why? Like, this is not national news, man.
No.
It's really not.
Well, I thought that it was really nice that everybody who did show up, CJ said, y'all doing the most right now. If Dave Chappelle didn't show up to Charlie Murphy Memorial Prime Memorial, it would be a problem. Look, man. Stop, bro.
I don't think that would have made national news.
Let me tell you something to people who don't know examples that don't make sense. People grieve differently, period. If something happened to somebody in Goose's family or somebody that we both know, Goose is going to grieve in the way that Goose grieves, and Dre is going to grieve in the way that I grieve. I see people on a daily...
And you might grieve different with different people.
Bros, yes, but I see people every single day who come to the funeral home and who grieve differently. I've seen family members not come to their loved one's funeral service because they don't do funerals, period. So who am I to tell that person that you don't love this person or care about this person a certain type of way because you didn't come to their funeral? Certain people don't do funerals. Certain people don't do crowds. Certain people don't do good in really sad situations. So stop with the excuses.
We were just talking about the
that type of stuff makes me mad, man, because I live that stuff every single day where people are making decisions for their loved ones in a grieving state and having to. Nobody wants to go to a funeral home, bros. That is the last place on earth that people want to walk inside of, and let alone look at caskets that you got to decide whether to put, what type of casket that you want to decide to put your loved one in. But you're going to have a certain type of feeling if they don't make it to their funeral or their service. Come on, bros. People grieve differently. Act like y'all have a heart. Act like you know. And I respect a person like you, CJ, to know too, coming from Chicago. Come on, dog. You got me on my soapbox right now, but you really don't want to talk about the world that I live in, bros. People don't have to do what you want them to do in the time of grief. Come on, dude.
It's tough, man. It's a tough thing, man.
Your guy, Dre Bailey.
Man, Goose Thomas.
Bill Blockham, Logan. We got a caller.
Yeah.
Caller, man. What's your name and what's your question?
What up, fellas? This is Big Ty coming at you. How y'all doing?
Top Rob, what it do,
man.
bro? Go mob to you, Brody.
Hey, bro. Hey, I just want to say one thing. You don't have to get on your soapboxes. Yeah, everything you said is real. Everybody grieves a different way. Me, myself, I couldn't watch a memorial service. I haven't watched it, and I may not watch it at all. Because it's like, it's something that really hit deep in a lot of ways. Because even though I met him a few times, I've talked to him before, but it's still, I want to leave the imagery where it is right now. I don't want to grieve anymore about it. And I feel the same way that he may have done the same thing. So I respect him. He's already acknowledged the family. He's already done everything he needed to do for the family, and they've already paid that respect. What everybody's talking about on social media, keep it to yourself.
Yes. That's great, man. That's a great point.
Well, keep it to yourself.
It's almost,
all you're trying to do is
it's almost like the
typing some BS.
Yeah, it's almost like the Gayle King thing with that, to me. Like you said, everybody processes death their own way.
Yes, they do.
And some people change.
Right.
Like, I've been to a lot of family members' funerals, and some I can't go to.
Sure.
You know why?
It's tough, man. Because it's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough. It is.
It's tough.
It's really tough.
It's tough. It's tough going.
Bro,
it's tough. Yeah, it's tough going to a wake and seeing your loved one laying there. You know, and
real talk.
And it's like LeBron loved Kobe.
Yep. Genuinely.
He was crying off the plane.
Yep.
He was crying at the memorial.
It's not enough.
Yeah, you know, and it's like, if you think that dude didn't love Kobe, evidently you're not woke enough. He cared for Kobe
and
a lot.
There's no telling what he's doing. The thing is, it's like you have to think about this also, and the things that he may not be doing. I mean, he may be doing while he's off media site. In other words, he may be still mourning where he's crying about it himself. So we don't know that. I respect him if he is. So that's his private moment.
Yeah.
It don't need to be in the media's eye.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They really don't. We were just talking about the XFL player who didn't go to his mother's funeral. This is mama. he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it. When my niece passed away, that hurt me to my core, bro.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Because she left before it was her time.
Yes.
It really hits you when the people are young.
Mm-hmm.
Like my niece was 20 years old, bro.
Yeah.
She had so much life left.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
Bro,
just
real.
leave yourself like asking why?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Like how did this happen?
Yeah.
And you know us, as black folks, when we get a headache, we just think it's a headache. Oh man, we just working too much.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah.
headache.
Yeah.
No, brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
Going
happens.
at 20.
Yeah. Wow.
Come on, man. Like
Yeah.
it's tough. It really is. It's tough.
Bro, I just want to say one more thing to it. I mean, I know it's not sports related, but me, I grew up in a life where I used to bang back in the day,
Yes,
in
sir.
LA, whatever.
Yeah.
And I buried a lot of different friends.
Yep.
Friends that I grew up to since we were playing on the swing or on the jungle gym.
That's right.
And every other week you're going to a funeral and you burying a friend. That's why I don't have a tolerance to go to a funeral.
Right.
Even when it comes down to my family members, I love them. I may go to a wake, but I'm not going to the actual service most of the time because I just can't deal with it no
Yeah.
more.
Right.
Yeah.
I've had it up to here with death in a lot of ways.
That's right.
And you look at
So-
you look at Kobe's death. Like everybody said, it's this death here hit everybody a different way.
Yeah.
Because the dude is 41, he was lively,
And his daughter was
he was
with him,
doing
bro.
things for
That's
his
what really
daughter.
hurts. That's what
I
really
mean, and it's like all of a sudden he's gone.
Yeah.
Tragically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that's still hitting a lot of people in a different way today.
Look,
So
man,
and
look-
it could be hitting it's still probably hitting LeBron in a totally different way to where he just wants to hurry up and get all this memorial stuff over with.
Yeah.
He's going to have Kobe in his heart, and he's going to ball.
Absolutely. That's what
You
I
know.
think.
hey,
Yeah.
we appreciate the phone call,
Appreciate
G, and the
you,
feedback,
T-Rob.
man.
All love, homie.
Also, most definitely, hey, y'all keep on doing what you're doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed, brother.
Appreciate it, G.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it.
Look,
bro.
man, people, the bottom line is people grieve differently. And I see it on a daily basis, man. And, it's not really up to me and it's not really up to anybody else to tell a person how to grieve.
Yeah.
You find it all the time where, you see people at funeral services and it looks like up until that point they were okay with everything.
Yeah.
They were strong, they were okay. And then at the actual funeral service, they break down.
They lose
A lot of people don't want to see family going through that, let alone having to see somebody that who's not here anymore. So I would really urge all of us to stop worrying about the wrong things and worry about the right things and take your loved one, take your the person that you love most in your life, and you hold them tight and you let them know how much you love them.
Right.
That's what we here to preach.
When the
Come on.
when the strongest man in my life passed away, it took me until the wake started. Dude, I finally went at nighttime, and if it wasn't for your dad, Andre, my cousin, man, I couldn't walk in that room.
Yeah.
I could not walk in that room. And I was like, when I was walking down the hallway, it seemed like the longest walk
Ever.
to get there. I was like, man. And as soon as I got to the door, dude, I just fell to my knees.
Yeah.
Not my dad.
Yes.
It's tough,
And if
man.
it wasn't for DeAndre, man, look.
And look, man, people have different relationships with people, whether it be their parents or whatever. I know we've seen on actual NBA Hard Knocks, the coach for the Cleveland Browns at the time,
Jackson.
Jackson, Hugh Jackson,
Jackson.
his mom died.
Mhm.
They had just given him the news.
Yep.
And guess what he decided to do?
Keep on keeping on. Exactly what he did. He had
So-
a job to do.
But you didn't see us go all in the media saying he must not love his mama and he
Right.
wasn't there.
Some
Come on,
some
man.
people did.
Come on, man.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, some people did.
Yeah.
And you're going to have those.
This is
people-
weird. Anybody
people
telling
that's gonna
anyone how to
disagree.
grieve or how to deal with
Yeah.
Come
a
on, bro.
situation
You can't
is
do that.
ignorant.
Can't
Come
do
on,
that.
It's just ignorant.
You can't do that.
That's just the bottom line.
It's tough to because you don't know what that person is feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
You may think things should be done a certain way, and but you can't take what you would do and place it onto someone else and say, now you go do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because y'all two different, y'all built different.
You know, it just, it really rings home, and it's really dear to my heart, man. You know, the fact that people always got something to say when it comes to somebody else. Right. And so, you know, I just, right before I came here, I was over visiting my granddad, and we all know he's 95.
Yes, indeed.
And my grandmother has she has sciatic nerve in her leg and in her back, and she's just been really struggling with that lately. And so I heard through the grapevine, which pisses me off about family sometimes, is I heard through the grapevine that my grandmother was in the hospital yesterday, and she still may be in there today. So I called my grandparents' house immediately. This was around 4:30.
Yep.
And my granddad, you know, your grandmother's home, but she's still in a lot of pain. So I went and hung out with them for a little bit. Mm-hmm. My granddad looked at me and he said, you know, did you see what happened to Kobe Bryant? And I said, yeah. He was like, it's just really sad. He said, but at the end of the day, when God calls you home, you know, there's no other options. He said, I hated that his daughter had to be with him. But right now, people should really be rejoicing because they're resting in the arms of the Lord. Now, this is coming from a spiritual person, a person who's been a deacon for over 50 plus years and a pastor. But for him to not know Kobe personally, he's 95 years old. And for him to say that, people should be rejoicing because they are resting in the arms of the Lord. He said, that's where we're all trying to go.
You know what? That's a woke person right there.
Woke at 95.
I'm gonna use the words of our guy, man, that we love so dear, Shorty 2K. Y'all gonna get me re-sad. Don't make me.
I mean, it's the truth though, bros. It's the truth. It's the truth. So before I keep going on, and I don't want to hear Quan keep telling me we got a phone caller, because if I not want to take a phone call, I will not take the phone call. Period. That's how much we vibing up here. LTBB in the building. Your guy Dre Bailey,
man, Goose Thomas,
Bill Blockham Logan.
Yeah.
Call it. What's your name? What's your question?
What up, though? It's CJ.
CJ,
what
it do, bro?
CJ in the building.
Hey,
What it do?
I'm just calling in to get in on the subject, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Please do.
Everybody good, man. Listen, on the first and foremost, you know, the Kobe situation is so unbelievably sad that y'all know how close I am with my pops. Talk to him every day.
That's right.
Me and him ain't said one word about it. Ain't even mentioned it.
Wow.
Because of the things we going through, and it's just it's too much.
Right.
It's too much.
That's right.
Man, we out here. I'm sure he boo-hooing because I know I'm at home like tearing up.
Crazy.
Real.
Crazy.
So I understand that this is a real situation, man, that's touching a lot of people and a lot of people real emotional. But on the real, if y'all trying to say that people can't ask where Bron at, like people not going to ask where Bron at if you didn't see a picture, and try to infer that people trying to say that he don't care, that's crazy, bro. Everybody going to ask where Bron at. Yeah, he the face of basketball, period. Yeah. So when the Kobe pass away and you see everybody else there, you're going to say, damn, where's Bron? So why y'all tripping like that?
Not me though, bros. Like, you can't say everybody, right? Because I got a different business than most people, right? So if I didn't see LeBron, I'm thinking, well, maybe he's not there because he grieves differently. That's where my frame of mind is. I can't really speak for anybody else's frame of mind.
But it was told.
First of all, let me say this. I grew up in a funeral home. Okay, so I do have a reference. Just want you to understand that. I grew up as a kid around dead bodies, dead morticians, and all of that. So I don't have. It's not like you're talking to somebody that don't understand your line of work. I do. You dig what I'm saying? What I'm saying is the average person is going to wonder where LeBron is. And if for a person to just ask the question, hey man, where was Bron? and to then have a whole bunch of cats try to jump down their throat because they naturally curious about something that everybody is going to be curious about. It's crazy. Nobody is inferring that brother don't care. Everybody know that boy care. Everybody has seen him cry and seen him say everything he had to say.
Go ahead.
But you gonna wonder if he's the face of the NBA and he's on the Lakers. Right. Magic Johnson was there. Okay, so where was Bron? Period.
I don't think I don't think they're just talking about the people that are wondering where LeBron's at. It's the people mad that LeBron might not be there. And saying, just the conspiracy theories and all that stuff, it's more than just, where's LeBron? They're not concerned about where LeBron was at. They're trying to start something and fuel a fire for LeBron not being there. So it's beyond the people saying, oh, man, where's LeBron? You really think they care about that?
Right.
They're trying to stir something up. Exactly.
At that moment.
And how come we just can't leave it? How come we just can't leave it to where Rich Paul said he's in his own space? Why we just can't leave it there?
We should leave it there, but we're going to ask the question. And once you answer the question, it's done deal. But if you look up and you don't see Bron, you see Magic, you see Jordan, you see Steph, you see Harden, you see his best friend, you see his you know what I'm saying? You go and ask. And then once the question is answered, then it's a done deal. Nobody questioning whether the man cared. Nobody questioning whether... But it's Bron fans. This is the type of stuff that make people so sick of people that's just, you can't even question nothing this brother do without one of y'all jumping down the dude's throat because they asked a simple question.
But it's the Bron haters that ask questions every single time they don't see something that they don't think that he should be doing or not be doing. And these guys criticize him for every single thing he does. And they're criticizing him for not knowing where. Well, you need to look on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it didn't exist. I said,
no, I feel you.
Very seriously and very honestly and very sincerely.
Yeah.
I might have missed that.
No doubt.
I might have missed that. You dig what I'm saying? Yep. So allow me to apologize for missing that.
I know today, CJ, and I know you probably saw it when we mentioned it earlier. When they asked Rich Paul, so where was LeBron today? When Rich Paul said he was in his own space, I think that should have probably been left there. But then they chose to ask him while he was at practice, and he respectfully declined to answer the question. He was like, "I respect your question, but." Blah 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 blah. He didn't even reference where he was or anything that Rich Paul said. He just kept on and I think looking at that particular response from him, if you listen to that response, that lets you know just how much he wanted to talk about it. He didn't.
Right.
So yeah.
I get that.
Yep.
I get
that. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then and we appreciate the phone call, but I'm just
and he might have not even wanted to be. He probably set that up a long time ago. Don't put me on camera.
Right. Yep.
I mean, if you put me on camera,
very well could have.
If you put me on camera,
because it's not about you, LeBron.
Right. If you put me on camera, I'm just gonna wear this hoodie and be incognito.
Right.
You know,
that could have been it.
All of that's respectable. Yeah, all of that is respectable.
Right, no doubt.
But you can't. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, the cats that really love this dude, like y'all love this dude. You know what I'm saying? And he's great on every aspect of life. We are so much blessed to have him, lead us in a lot of different areas. But y'all cats, on the real, ask a question and get in y'all feelings. You dig what I'm saying? Now, if somebody says something behind it, like, yo, man, he should be there. No, you right, Drake. Everybody grieved differently. I told you, me and my pops ain't even spoke one word on Kobe passing. Y'all know how much we love the NBA. Y'all know how close we are. We ain't even spoke not a single, ain't even acknowledged it to each other because it hurt that much to see this brother gone like that, to see his baby girl gone like that, to see his wife grieving like that. You know what I'm saying? So
sucks.
Everybody do this differently. I understand, but dang, man, I seen the brother on ESPN ask the question, And then I seen his little co-host answer it, like, yo, Rich Paul said he was in his own space. And they left it.
And then you look at the internet and you see 1 million people going in at the fact of what you say you haven't saw yet. So it's there.
My bad, bro. I ain't been on the internet, and the internet's stupid as hell anyway. That's
a true statement.
Yeah,
the internet's very weird.
Yeah, internet's very weird. And this is my guy CJ. And even though that Let the Ball Bounce is on the internet, and the internet is stupid, Let the Ball Bounce isn't. So with that being said, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm just not gonna allow. Look, CJ. Here's me on my soapbox. I'm just not gonna allow you to lump Let the Ball Bounce in with all of the internet jokes.
Hey CJ, the plot twist. The plot twist.
Hey,
with all the internet malarkey.
That's hilarious, bro. The plot twist.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I love y'all, man. On the
Love
real.
you too,
All right, brother.
You already know, man.
Every time I get a chance to tune in, I'm
Yes,
out of here, though.
indeed.
Wait,
All right.
CJ, I need to link up with you within the next day or two, bros.
We already know. It's already done.
All right, for sure.
Tuned in on the internet, called the internet phone to talk to you guys through the internet, to be broadcast through the internet on the stupid, weird internet.
Wow.
That's
So
funny.
I want to read a couple of
That's funny,
comments.
Oh God.
India says, "My thing is, why does it matter if LeBron was there?" And another person, his name is R.I.P. Kobe, and he put, "I didn't even think where LeBron was, not even once.
I didn't
That
either.
was-
Like when
LeBron, he's basically saying that LeBron was not his focus.
when they were paying to certain people in the crowd, and I saw that LeBron hadn't shown up on camera. Right, I thought this in my mind. I was like, "Hey, I ain't seen LeBron show up on camera." And then the very next thought was, he probably in the tunnel,
And I think,
or he
I
probably
think that was planned.
or it probably was planned.
I thought it was him there saying, "Please don't put me on camera."
Yeah.
Diana Taurasi, when she said a joke about
Yeah, I think
LeBron,
she-
looked over, and I'm not sure. Maybe she was looking over at Anthony Davis or the Laker teammates because they
Yeah.
were all kind of in the same section.
Right.
But I thought she had looked over at LeBron because
Right.
she made a joke.
Mhm.
But it could have been anyone. But at the same time, I just figured, like, okay, LeBron's probably there. He probably said, like, "Hey, I don't want the camera to be on me."
Yeah, and that's highly likely.
Yeah.
That's not beyond the realm of possibility that they was like, "Dog, don't put the camera on me."
Yeah.
And people want to make this face of the league thing like it's his duty, to be at something that he probably didn't even want to be at.
Yeah.
No way.
You know,
I wouldn't. Dog, no.
just because he's the face of the
Yeah.
face of the NBA doesn't mean that
Bros,
he has to be there.
Let me tell you something, and this is as real as you can get right now. If anything happened to one of y'all, man, it's gonna be real hard for Dre to walk through them doors, G. Period.
Yeah.
Yep, it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah.
That's hard, man.
And I'm not comparing myself to LeBron, but I woke up yesterday not wanting to watch it. I said, I can't do this anymore.
I didn't watch that.
And I ended up watching it. And I watched it with my mom. She wanted to watch it too. So I'm like, all right, cool, we'll watch it, And but it was something like, I have a funeral to go to tomorrow. So I didn't want to mix that with my best friend's dad's funeral tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's already been
It's
a
too
weird
much.
year with a lot of death.
Too much.
And I know one of our boys from the group has went through a lot of death the last couple weeks.
Yeah. We've lost a couple people.
And we lost what's his name?
Jason
yeah.
Bros.
I mean,
He was just on the show.
Like
Remember
literally,
he called. Remember he
literally
called in.
it probably like maybe 3 weeks prior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And said he was gonna beat this. He was good. You know.
I mean, it's
too
been
much,
a
man.
heavy 2020
Yeah.
for everybody.
Already.
I mean, not even 2 months into it.
And so I'm gonna leave this because it is really sad and it's
Sombering,
it's
bro.
very sombering. I'm gonna leave this for you guys to think about, and it goes courtesy of R.I.P. Kobe here. It says, everybody wants to get to heaven, but nobody is in a rush to get there. Makes you wonder.
People are scared of death.
Wow.
But you can't be scared of the inevitable. It's inevitable.
Checkmate. Checkmate, brother.
What you do is just live your life and do what you do.
And leave the Jordan meme. I think that this new Jordan meme that is crazy in the internet should be left alone.
No,
because
Jordan set that up though himself.
Yeah, it was a cold setup.
But
he set it up.
He threw the alley-oop for that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, man, those tears that Jordan had at his Hall of Fame speech and here at Kobe's memorial should not be used in a joking manner. But
even though he joked about it,
those are different tears.
Even though he joked about it,
different tears, bros. These Kobe tears, just different tears.
Like
little brother tears.
As soon as he walked to the podium, bro, it couldn't have been 30 seconds, bro, and his face was full of water.
It was before the podium. It was already going before you even get.
They even had something. The internet had something to say about him helping Vanessa down.
Now, come on.
I'm like,
he was right there.
What was supposed to push her?
What you?
Chivalry is now getting criminalized.
That's crazy.
Come on, man.
He's the nearest seat.
These are
And
people
he's a
sitting on their
man.
couch, not working,
Golly, bro.
criticizing everything everyone does.
That's dumb. He's right there, though.
Real talk, we need to go in with cameras to these people that criticize so much.
Yeah.
And go into their house and just follow them around for a day.
Wow.
And criticize everything they do.
What do you do in life to where you can just criticize people so much to the point where you criticize the good things that they do?
Right.
Interesting.
And you know what? You know what?
That's so
And you know what's
stupid.
you know what's crazy? Like, I was brought up to be a gentleman.
Be a
gentleman.
Damn it.
So it's a lot of times that I open the door for a lady and she don't say nothing.
Nothing.
But that don't stop me from doing it
absolutely
again.
not. It'll never stop me from doing it.
No.
Well, one lady got one time to think I'm going to open the door for her because I don't want to be criticized. Open the door your damn self. It's ridiculous. Period.
You caught my heart for the evening.
Makes no sense, man. People gonna be people, man, and people grieve differently. And big ups to people who do understand. CJ say he understands because he grew up in the funeral home too.
Yep.
And so, but having compassion for another person's state of mind has to come into effect when you're thinking about how anyone is grieving anyone. And so, with that being said, man, that's what we do, man. We give you guys the real of Sports Talk Radio, man. We talk about things that are hard to talk about, and we talk about things that are really great to talk about. And so this was something that needed to be talked about, so we can heal, so we can kind of move on and not leave any stone unturned, man. So
I had to drive to Marshall, Texas to bury my cousin, one of my first cousins, bro. He had a complication from a back surgery, and his wife found him unconscious. Now, this is one of my favorite cousins, bro. He was a corrections officer for the Texas Department of Justice, and he was also a professional bodybuilder. So he was like yoked. When I first heard of his passing, I was like, I'm not going to that funeral, dog.
yeah.
First thing I said. That was the first thing I said, man. I'm not going to bury Chelsea, man. I'm not doing it. Because first of all, y'all lying. All of you are lying. My cousin didn't die. You're lying. I called everybody around me a liar. That didn't happen. You're lying. So when I finally came to, I ended up driving out with my cousin. Mind you, it's snowing all the way from New Mexico through Texas, bro.
Yeah.
We almost died twice getting there. We driving through the snow. I mean, thick. No snow chains, nothing. We just, normally a 17-hour drive took us 26 hours to get there, bro. And you know, when you get there and you see all of your family, I'm talking all 50
everybody.
grandchildren.
Everybody.
It just brought everything home, bro.
Yes, it did.
And then on top of that, I'm a pallbearer.
Yeah, see, they put you on there.
So
you didn't ask to be.
I didn't ask for that. So now my another one of my first cousins, his brother, Craig, he say, "Hey, I know, man, I'm gonna need you to." Know what I said? I got you.
I got you.
Even though I didn't want to do it in my soul, I didn't want to do that. I did it anyway, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just say this,
it's tough, man.
I'm gonna say this, man.
And you know, one thing I'm gonna say, all the loved ones that I've lost, man, I don't celebrate their death. My memories of them
live forever.
That's how I remember my dad,
right,
mom, aunties, cousins, friends. I remember them in the good times.
That's right.
I don't remember their death. I don't want to do that because that was some hurting stuff.
Absolutely.
So, but we're gonna be mad at you because you grieve differently, though.
Well, be mad.
Be mad. And maybe we need some "Be Mad" T-shirts.
We got
LTBB.
a few people asking. That'll be a good look.
Be mad.
Be mad. Question mark.
I'm gonna do that.
Be mad.
Be mad.
Be mad.
Be mad.
Okay.
LTBB. Be mad.
Indy Chanel and also a couple other folks asked about his parents and why they weren't mentioned. I got a theory on that. Maybe they were mentioned at the actual funeral.
Right. That no one was privy to.
That it was just family at. So since the parents didn't get mentioned to us, I can't assume that they weren't mentioned because I think that would be just crazy. You got Kobe Bryant parents sitting right there along with his sisters, and they didn't get mentioned at all in none of this. I find that hard to believe. Now, in front of us, where the memorial happened at Staples,
right?
Maybe they weren't. Maybe Jelly Bean didn't want to get mentioned, like LeBron.
But there's also a history of them having major issues where Kobe went years without talking to them.
Yeah, so but you know,
at the end of the day, we don't know what happened between the families.
We don't know.
And at the end of the day, that's his son. And whether they have beef or not, you know, he's still going to be emotional about the fact that his son is not
your child.
His grandkids and all of that type of stuff. We don't know. So, Goose, I want to say this.
Yes, sir.
You got married, right?
Yeah.
Did I come?
No.
Okay, but hold on. But a lot of people who maybe know me and Goose would have maybe thought they saw me because I know his wife also, right? But they didn't. But what they didn't know, why everybody always have something to say, was that Goose and I already had a moment on the phone before the actual wedding.
Sure.
And I mean, when it was a moment, it was a moment.
Sure it was.
Because some words were being spoken.
Sure.
And we both cried.
Sure.
Hard. Am I lying?
No, you're not.
Right? About me giving him his blessing. And we had a moment between the two of us.
Yep.
Something that nobody else needs to see.
Oh. I haven't brought it up since.
That's the problem, though, man. Is everybody is so worried about what everybody else.
Public perception.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and it really does suck, man. When now we understand that celebrities' lives, like that's the juicy stuff, right? When you get the juicy stuff, that's what's supposed to happen in your eyes or in their eyes. But in real life, these people are private too. They want their own time with their. I remember Jay-Z said it in a rap. He said, "Man, I can't even take my daughter to the park without paparazzi. I want to be able to take my." He was talking about his future. He said, "Man, I want to be able to take my son to get a haircut. I can't even take my son to the barbershop.
No, I got to have somebody else do it.
I got to have security at the barbershop,
or have the barber come to the crib,
or got the barber come to the crib.
Come to the crib." Exactly.
Like everything ain't meant just because a celebrity is there, and then we get mad at celebrities for being private. How can you do that? How can you be mad at somebody who's always in the light Every once in a while, they want to go to the damn dark. And you know what? I just want to sit in this room, don't turn no lights on, don't even light a candle in this month. I'm finna sit here, listen to the ceiling fan rotate, and I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah.
Well, all you fellas out there, if you go to any funeral services, do not help any woman up out of her chair, down some steps or anything. I need you to take these words from Mr. Sugar Free. If you ain't handicapped, you pull your own chair out. Big ups, Les Pickett in the building, man.
Hey, he was just mentioning. Remember when Les got married?
Yeah.
He called into the show the day he got married. Bro, are you kidding? We was like, yo, Les, what is you doing, fam?
Mm-hmm.
Like, fam was getting ready to walk down the aisle in like 30 minutes, though. He called the show.
Yeah.
He in the back getting ready.
Right.
He called the show.
And I kept the show going on his joint. It was basically a show for him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. I mean, you know.
Tough, man. It's
really tough,
bro.
man. And if you don't like listening to the internet, and the internet is a joke, please go to the internet just to listen to something real. And that's Let the Ball Bounce, Sports Talk Radio.
Yes, sir.
With your guy, Dre Bailey,
Your man, Goose Thomas.
Bill Blockham Logan.
Yeah.
NFL news right now.
Yes, indeed.
And go to the internet real quick. Just download the app. You never need to go back to the internet again.
Yeah.
You can listen to it, watch it
Do
live
you
on
need
the
to
app.
necessarily go to the
Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
All
Don't tell them.
right, all right.
Want to trick them? They think it's just on their phone.
Never mind, dog.
You're using 4G service.
Cam Newton
Yeah.
will be staying with the Carolina Panthers.
As he
Well,
should.
at least
As
they
he
hope
should.
he does.
This is the talk
As he should.
right now, and as he should. And you mentioned that, on the page earlier. Where would you go to find a quarterback right now? You have a coaching change. Ron Rivera gets the boot, bam, out of there on to Washington.
I don't think he should have lost his job, but I get it.
I don't think he should have either. But sometimes, and I'm not going to even call it wearing out your welcome. Sometimes it's the end of the road.
Yeah, and change of scenery is good. So I get it.
Sometimes it's just the end, bro. I'm glad
I've done all I can do.
This is a retread that I'm glad got another job for obvious reasons. Because he's really good, especially defensively, and he's minority. So I'm really glad he got another chance, and it's so quickly. But if you're the Carolina Panthers, and I know a few Carolina Panther fans, real Carolina Panther fans, where do you go? Where do you go to find another quarterback? Do you hope one that you like is in the draft?
And
are you trying to groom somebody else?
And the new quarterback that come in, are they going to even be better than Cam?
Come on, man.
No.
Come on. Unless you just
They did the best thing. Let this dude get 100% healthy.
Exactly.
And proceed on with him.
Yeah. Because they do it with any other quarterback. Look at Stafford. Is Stafford going to keep his job, or is he out?
Stafford will keep his job. Continue to throw the ball 70 times a game.
And my thinking is Tom will stay in New England. Why would he go to the Raiders? Mr. Kraft loved that dude.
Yeah.
He'll give him whatever anybody else will offer him.
Absolutely.
For 2 years.
Yeah.
No question. I totally believe
And
that.
I don't think that the Raiders should necessarily give up on Derek Carr right now.
No.
He's proven that
I mean, you got draft capital. You can draft another one.
Right.
And if he don't work out in the next year or two, then
I wouldn't say waste a first round pick on one.
Absolutely
No.
not.
Don't waste a first round pick. If you're the Raiders, don't waste a first round pick on a quarterback.
No.
And I wouldn't waste going to try to get Tom Brady for all that money.
No.
He's an old quarterback, and Derek Carr is way younger than he is. And I'm not saying he's a better quarterback than Brady, but right now I think he's the best fit for the Raiders. Now, Raiders, you're going to keep asking for another quarterback, and you may get something worse than Derek Carr. So don't keep asking for something that you may not want.
Might get Shane Flacco from the replacements.
Yikes.
Shane Flacco.
That's who you might get. Be careful.
They're not in bad hands with Derek Carr.
The Chinese say, beware what you wish for.
They're not in bad hands with Derek Carr.
No,
Raider
I don't
fans
think so.
always got something to say. Like, y'all have not been winning for years. Let's stop acting like it's right on the brink of solving it all.
We need to get rid of him and
They need
bring in
receivers.
a 42.
They need somebody for him to throw the ball to.
And the O-line.
That'll work.
Yeah.
And somebody to block for him. I mean, that'll work.
Go get that old receiver in Cincinnati.
How about shoring up that?
Yeah. You got,
around Derek Carr?
You got two.
Yeah.
You got two top 15 picks, if I'm not mistaken. You got 12 and either 14 or 12 and 15. One of those. You got 12 for sure, but I think it's either 14 or 15. You got CeeDee Lamb sitting there out of Oklahoma. You got Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama. Pick one, dog. Pick one. Pick one.
To a man, when I talk to the Raider fans that I know, they want Jerry Jeudy.
There it is.
There it is.
Done deal.
Okay.
Problem solved. We the Raiders GM right
You
here.
got two Alabama stalwarts.
Yeah, it's a stud on the other side of Jerry Jeudy too. That could be a first rounder.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you get Jerry Jeudy. Where does that take the Raiders?
You got Josh Jacobs.
It helps.
Yeah.
Well, does it get them to the chip?
Not this year.
Okay,
it
then.
won't get 'em.
Sat down
It won't
then.
get them this year. No.
Sat down then.
They
Raider
need to
fans.
improve their team
Yeah, they
in
need to-
increments.
Look, guys,
Yes.
you guys have
It's gonna take 'em a minute.
you guys have a 10-year plan in place. Let the 10-year unfold and develop,
Yeah.
and then come holler at us.
Yeah.
They got 8 more years.
Hey, let the
8 more
8 years
on
happen.
that plan.
Let the 8
I mean,
years happen.
and they won what, 7 games last year?
They overachieved last year.
Yeah, they did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
So
They
so,
definitely
so
overachieved last year.
be ready to win the same amount of games you won last year. 7. And to me, that's being right on track. At least you didn't do work. You can't do any worse.
Well, I looked at their schedule this year. It's pretty favorable, actually. Like they're especially at home.
Yeah.
They got they don't have to go on the road to play the Saints. The Saints come here. They got the Jets, and outside of the 2 games they have against the Chiefs, the division stinks. Let's be honest. The AFC West stinks. So those are winnable games outside of those. Even the Chiefs games are winnable, but I'm saying they just might lose them. But the playing those other 2 teams twice, they can win those games fairly easily. So, I mean, if you go 8-8, if you're the Raiders and you go 8-8, bro, that's a win. That's a win.
Yeah.
I don't see the issue. And then looking at the collective bargaining agreement, which we're about to get in, I mean, 9-8, because
Can get you in.
it could probably get you in.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. Who's gonna drop off? Who are we looking at in the AFC that could possibly drop off? I think New England can drop off.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm looking at the Chiefs. They're going to be there. Does Tennessee drop off? We don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be going forward. Are they going to roll with Tannehill?
They should stay with Tannehill.
I think
He gave you a 10-game sample size.
Yeah.
Can you trust him for 17 weeks though?
We'll see.
Yeah. I think they can.
They can trust him more than Miami could.
As long as you got
Change
that
the
dude.
scenery.
As long as you got that dude 22 in the backfield,
Oh yeah.
it's going to preserve him.
But this is the thing though. This is my concern about that. Eventually, you're gonna have to throw the football, man. Like you can't get this dude the ball 400 times.
They
like
got some studs over there.
and they do. But this
do.
is what I'm saying. Ryan Tannehill escaped that entire playoff run by not really having to throw the football.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to have to throw the football.
Would you say Garoppolo got all the way to the chip without having to really throw the football?
And during the playoffs, yeah, absolutely, he did. During the playoffs, absolutely, he did.
But we did say on the show, and you in particular said he's going to have to throw.
Gotta
the
throw.
football.
You're gonna have to throw.
Gotta throw the ball, bros. Gotta throw the ball.
I will say this: I trust Garoppolo throwing the football way more than I trust Tannehill
Oh
throwing
yeah,
it.
well yeah, of course.
He missed a wide open receiver, bro.
Yeah, he did. a good receiver too.
He missed a wide open receiver.
Hey,
that could have changed the game.
So you really trust
still more than Tannehill? Yes.
Oh, yeah,
It's not even close.
I would too.
And I can say, hell, Manuel Sanders didn't run up under the football. He wasn't fast enough. Had that been Marquise Goodwin, that'd have been a touchdown. I can say that too.
Or Debo.
Not Debo ain't doing that.
Oh gosh.
It could go both ways.
Why wasn't ran again with Debo? Because the obviously the DB was burnt, Daddy.
Yeah, he was.
He had him. He had him by at least 3 steps.
At least,
sure.
And that's all you need as a receiver. Yeah. Speak on the receiving. That's all you need.
Yes. Throw it.
Throw it, dog.
If I get behind, throw it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking we might exercise the franchise tag on Eric Armstead too.
Armstead,
I would. Because like, dog, you gotta keep him, dog. You can't let that dude escape, bro. You can't let him escape. We gotta tag him. We gotta tag him. And you know I'm not a huge fan of the franchise tag at all. I'm really not a fan of it. But when you got somebody like that, you gotta tag him, bro. Let the man make his money. He gonna eventually get paid. We just can't pay him right now.
No.
So we tag him. Maybe we can free up some bread.
So he's gonna eventually get paid by somebody else.
No, he can eventually get paid by us.
Let's just give him his money then.
Not right now. Not this year.
There's reasons why you tag people at certain times.
It's reasons, Bill.
These people over here.
Yes. We got to tag him this year. We'll sign him later. And I'm sure when he meets with John Lynch, that'll be understood before he leaves out of the room. And what's the D-tackle franchise tag right now? What's the number on it? It's something ignorant.
It's up.
It's up there.
It's up there.
He's gonna make a lot of money.
About 17, probably.
It might be
more than that.
Really? It might be more. It might be in the 20s, bro. Yeah. He's gonna get paid a lot of bread. Give us this 1 year, E. Oh, hey. Eric.
It's Eric.
It's Eric.
Okay. Not Eric.
It's not Eric. It's Eric. I think it might be 21 million, 22 million.
Trying to find the most recent article.
Yeah. But either way, we gotta put the tag on him.
Yeah.
So,
Jumping NBA real quick.
Yeah, let's do it real quick.
I was gonna say real quick. Ben Roethlisberger is back throwing footballs now after Tommy John surgery.
I think that's good.
I think that's great.
You know why? Because he's still a better quarterback than Rudolph and
Duck.
Oh, Duck.
Yes. Still. And we got a lot of Steeler fans that just really want to see Ben leave, but I want to put the best quarterback out there that gives us the best opportunity to win if he's healthy, and that's Ben. And it's always been.
Sure it is.
And then you can still be on the quarterback hunt, and those guys can still get work in. Yeah. But we need Mason Rudolph to play a lot better than he played last year if he's going to still play.
Absolutely. I'm still hanging my hat on. I ain't gave up on him.
And
I'm not going to give up on him.
Last year's franchise tag for D tackles was $16 million. So this year, he'll probably go up maybe 17.
All right. 17, so I was wrong about that. Yeah. I thought it was in the 20s, bro. I really did. Okay, 16 million.
I was right on.
Yeah, you're right on.
You were right on. You were absolutely correct, bro.
Encyclopedia Bill.
I stand down. I shall stand down.
So that was the NFL, man.
Yeah,
a couple of things going on in the NBA.
Ben Simmons out for at least 2 weeks. Looks like he's going to be out longer. They said they'll reevaluate him again in 2 weeks. But his back, he hurt his back playing against Milwaukee.
Got that Larry Johnson.
Don't say
not
that.
Good at all.
No.
So
was it that bad?
They're going to do treatment.
Did he fall?
No, he turned.
I think he turned.
It was a real awkward turn. He actually trotted off the court, but it was a very, very uncomfortable trot.
And this is not good for somebody who's supposed to be the next LeBron. But other than that, other than the overhype of him, for a team that is already struggling,
they're going to get
Joel Embiid.
They're going to get rid of their coach before they realize that they have to split those two up.
And they might not have a choice though, because a back injury, we've seen back injuries in the NBA for someone this young to have it,
that's
we've seen it with
tough.
Larry Bird and Steve Nash in their later years.
Yeah.
But we
Dwight
saw it with
Howard.
Larry Johnson. And Larry Johnson, that messed up the dude's career.
He never returned.
Never was the same.
Never
I mean,
was
he
the same,
still was
bro.
balling in New York, but
Yeah,
he
just
wasn't
wasn't
the same LJ, the first cross-dressing player in the NBA, before the back injury. So where do you guys think Philly's going to be right now? Because right now I think they're in 5th.
Hold on, did he just put disrespect on Larry Johnson?
No. He was the first transgender. No.
Actually, he wasn't. That's my guy, and that's now. Look, let me tell you something.
Read my lips.
Grandmama.
Yeah, grandmama. That's all. That's all good.
People complain about rappers and dresses, but
Nah, come on, man. Like,
is it different?
Yeah, it is.
Did he
different.
show up to the arena like that? Though?
Nah, bros. Stop it. Was it a
No, I
commercial
loved it.
campaign?
I loved it.
Was it an advertisement type
Grandmama.
of
It was
campaign?
he was with Converse at the time. It was
Rappers
advertising.
are advertising their album.
That's tough, man. I'm not gonna do this today.
Nah.
Not about
LJ.
Brent.
Not
about
on LJ.
I love
Not on
LJ.
LJ,
Come on.
baby.
That's my guy.
Not on Paris, Texas finest, man.
Yeah.
No, we're not about
It's
to do this.
certain people like Guru, LJ. But what I did see was one of your favorite.
Primo.
Yeah, what I did see was one of your favorite artists, the RZA, in Oakland Arena this
you?
past weekend.
Yes, already he was there.
The entire
He was
Wu-Tang
there.
showed up except for You God.
Jizza. I'm a Jizza guy.
Yeah, Jizza didn't show.
Why not?
I don't know. Jizza didn't show. That's nuts. Him and You God. So those were the only two. That's pretty interesting.
Wow.
Those were the only two that didn't make it, man. But
I'm gonna wear my Triumph shirt.
Raekwon the chef was there?
I'm gonna wear
was.
my Triumph shirt
Ghostface?
next
yes.
show.
Tony Stark?
METHOD, man.
So
Yes, he
y'all
was.
can get off my back about this Wu-Tang thing. I'm gonna wear my Triumph shirt next show.
they did
So
Triumph too.
so we can end this thing once and for all.
And the
guys.
newly in the gym Method Man came out
Boy.
with his arms and a nice
Yeah.
lit fitted shirt
course
and
he
had all the girls going crazy
Of course.
because he's in the gym now.
Yeah. And we saw him at
Ladies,
Markeith.
ladies,
name of it?
ladies, if you want to find your man in the gym, go join a gym yourself. And there are all the men in the world there. All you have to do is just pay $20 a month. Take your
Clifford
Less than that.
Smith.
Yeah.
That's Clifford.
Clifford Smith.
You can go to the Purple Gym and pay $2 a month.
Yeah,
Which
it's
one
like,
is that?
It's like $10.
Planet Fitness.
Fitness.
Yeah, that's like Soul Plane.
No,
Who-
so I went in there. The dude, I went in there with my friend. So she's like, "Yeah, I could bring someone in anytime." So we go to Planet Fitness right up the street on Maryland and Sahara.
Oh, you
We-
went to the wrong one.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's like 2 a.m. We walk in.
Still.
They are sleeping. The people that are supposed to be
Yeah,
working
yeah,
are
they be
sleeping on
knocked
the
out. They be
on the
knocked out.
side.
They be knocked out, bro.
So
Dead
I'm like,
serious. I go
okay,
in
I
at
know
4
I can come
o'clock,
here anytime
3:30
I
every
want
morning.
and just walk in,
Yeah,
That's
just walk
trash.
and they're not saying nothing.
And you all good. I go at 3:30 in the morning.
So
I get my
really, it's a
workouts
free
in
gym.
early.
It's a free gym.
It's basically a free gym. I pay $10 a month.
And you go to
Yeah, I do.
the
I only go to one
LVAC up there
location.
a lot.
Yeah,
right?
I go to
I
that.
see you
Well,
tag-
I got a membership at Planet Fitness too, so
Okay.
I go to that one.
Yeah.
I go to the one on my way to work, right there on Eastern and Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go to
Maryland and Sahara.
Maryland Sahara
Yeah.
LBAC.
Yeah.
I go to the Planet Fitness right on MLK and Craig there.
Mhm.
In the shop.
I like the smaller ones.
I like it. It's a real good get in and get
Yeah.
out. Get your workout in.
Yeah.
You don't have to be around a whole
Yeah.
lot of folk. You don't have to wait on no machines. You don't have to wait on no free weights. You get in, you get out.
I pay $25 a
workout
month
done.
for EOS, so I pretty
Yeah,
much
EOS is good.
am paying $50 for each workout.
Okay. Well, I pay.
I need to go more.
$135 for a yearly
Like,
membership over at LVAC, but I've been there for over 10 years. Though,
I pay 96.
If you're paying $135
Okay,
a
you've been there
month,
longer
you're going to
than me.
Lifetime Fitness,
Yes, you
90,
are.
91.
and you're just laying out at the pool.
You're getting them good kill chips on your way out.
They ain't better than
Good, some of that
Simply Pure's
Well,
kale
Boy,
chips
them
that are
kale
right up
chips
the street.
so good at Simply Pure.
Yeah.
My God.
Big ups to Stacey Dugan, man. Just had a
Sheesh.
birthday here Sunday, man.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you.
So-
We're gonna have her back on the show too.
Got
But
to, man.
yeah, but that little bit of NBA news, the NBA is approaching a new era, is what I've been noticing. I went and seen Zion play on Sunday.
DI.
against Golden State. Saw BI play, saw Lonzo play, and it is moving in the right direction with these young guys, man. Young loose hair is out there shooting the eyes out. Still, he's on the tear. And Ja Morant,
I feel so sorry.
Is doing
for
his
Bradley
thing.
Beal, man.
Yeah,
Another news: Steph Curry's coming back on Sunday.
ain't that about something?
You know, Trey was gonna have something to say. Should have been back 3 months
Duh,
ago.
but guess what,
why
though?
do you think? Why is Steph coming back?
No, he'll be back for a couple of games, and then they'll shut him down like they did Kyrie.
So where we at right now? We're after the All-Star break here. We're looking at about 25 games left ish, around there, maybe
About.
right? Play 20 games, get your feet up under you a little bit. Get out there. Yeah, they'll probably have him on a minutes restriction, even though he probably doesn't need to be. They'll probably still have him on one anyway. You get that chemistry back between him and Draymond. And they said that Clay could play too, but again, a wrist, broken hand.
They said he's shut down for the year.
Yeah, but he could
Yeah.
probably go, but they shut him down. But yeah, ACL is not a wrist by a long shot. So yeah, sit down, Playboy. Have a seat right here.
I just think it's weird for somebody with brittle ankles like that to come back and play 25 meaningless games.
Yeah, I mean,
He won't play all 25.
No, I
trust
know
me.
he won't play them all, but
Oh.
I don't know why he's playing.
They're
play half
playing
of them.
just so he can get in a
wants
little
to
bit of
play, he
shape
wants
and
to
some
play.
rhythm.
yeah, just get
But
some rhythm.
you
And
know.
how is the new arena?
Oh,
So
man.
let me tell you about the Chase Arena, bros.
Yikes.
Number one, it looks nothing like an arena. When you walk up, man, it looks like a 300-foot screen, and then they have stadium seating outside in case you want to sit outside and actually watch the game on like this 300-foot screen,
That's stupid.
LED, HD
That's so
screen TV in front of the building, right?
That's
When you walk into the building, it looks like an ordinary Fortune 500 tax office that you're going to go file your taxes or something, right? But once you get up the stairs and you actually walk to where the arena is,
All hell
it
breaks
is
loose.
phenomenal because now they have 1, 2, 3, I want to say 4 big 200 or 300 screens that you don't even have to actually watch the court from wherever you're sitting. These screens are so big in HD, it's just like phenomenal. And I'm saying to myself, they spent a lot of money
Oh yeah.
in this place. But there is a difference in between the Chase Arena and the one that they left.
Or it's the
Oracle.
feel of it.
The feel of it. You get more of a people's feel with Oracle Arena. You get more of a corporate feel with the new Golden State Warriors
Same
Arena.
thing I say about Candlestick versus Levi's.
Yeah.
When I went to Candlestick those last 2 years,
Ric
bro,
Flair.
it felt homey.
Yeah.
Like it felt as though when you walk inside of this building, like they can't lose here.
Right.
Not at Levi's, dog. Not at Levi's. Levi's is kind of built like Raymond James Stadium, Tampa. Open air. Really nice stadium though.
Yeah.
Super dope. But at Candlestick, there was 3 escalators in the whole building, number one. And the concourse was probably like 20, 30 feet wide max.
Yeah.
Like, so imagine 65,000 people trying to get through this concourse when you only got 25 feet worth of space. But
I'm gonna tell you, I was surprised back in the '90s when we had to go there and play you guys. I was like, man, we got to go to Candlestick and play this NFC Championship. Man,
So
Dwight Clark all over again. I know
tough,
it.
It's a tough look, man. That's a tough building to play in, bro. Like that
We won that.
home
We
field
won that.
advantage.
We won in 90. Was it 91, 92?
92.
Yeah.
92.
Second year, you guys. Oh, y'all came to Dallas and we beat you in Dallas. Then the third year, you guys got us.
Yeah, 94.
In 94.
Yep.
And that touchdown at halftime did it in.
Yeah.
I watched
Jerry
the video
Rice.
on Roger Craig earlier. Somebody posted that video on Roger Craig, man, and just what he was able to do But he came in that 83 draft.
Yep.
83, right? What he was able to do, man, as a pass catcher out of the backfield, man.
He doesn't get enough credit. He don't get enough credit.
Roger don't get enough love.
That's one thing I have to say about the 49ers is Roger Craig. When bringing up some of the greats and some of the past greats that play for that team, Roger Craig does not get enough credit. I guess this week's what were you thinking? I'm going to go with Javaris Crittenton. I seen a little video of him who just threw his life away, man, wanting to be a gangbanger.
Away, man.
So he's serving 20 years in life. Used to play for the Lakers, and he brought guns to the Washington Wizards, and he just really threw his life away. So with that being said, man, we had a great show today,
It was
man.
excellent, man.
Yeah. We
talked
love
about a lot of stuff.
We love the feedback, and please be aware we will talk about more baseball this Saturday because spring
Altuve
training
got hit.
Yeah, well,
in the foot.
Yeah,
in the foot.
Well, it's going to be more of that.
In the foot.
It's
He
going
just
to
got grazed in the foot.
It'll be more of that.
Nothing to write home about now.
Yeah,
it's only February, guys.
Yeah.
Season don't start to the end of March.
And guess what? LeBron wasn't there when he got hit in the foot either. So I don't see anybody tripping about that. So look, your guy Dre Bailey,
your man Gustav,
Bill Blockham, Logan, man, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys every Tuesday at 6 p.m., every Saturday at 2 p.m. Don't forget to download that Gorilla Cross app on your phone, man, and follow your guys, the Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk crew.
Sir.
And guess what, man? If you're scared,
you better go to church. Yeah.